This video is designed to help you start a tour and travel business. At the end of the video, you'll find a valuable gift. It's a tour and travel business plan that you can download, and will lay down for you, step by step, everything you need to know to start a successful tour and travel business of your own. If you are new to this channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button for more videos like this. The first step to starting your own tour and travel business is to know what you're passionate about. This may sound corny, but building a business takes a lot of energy. On top of that, tours are very repetitive. If you aren't passionate, you're going to get sick of telling the same stories 3 times a day. And your guest will notice. There's nothing worse than listening to a guide that sounds bored. Take some time to figure out what's going to excite you to wake up and share with others every morning. For example, if you have a passion for hiking, you might consider starting an outdoor adventure company. Evaluate your city. Once you have your passion in mind, it's time to take a look at your city. Is it a popular tourist destination? What are the trends? Is there anything that's not being explored? While passion is key, it's equally important that there's an opportunity. Passion without opportunity is just a hobby. Check in with your local tourism board to see if they have any market research reports that outline the opportunities and challenges in the industry. Identify your target market. Now that you have innovative tourism ideas, you need to map out what your ideal customer looks like. Think about the types of people that will be attracted to your tour. Are they outdoorsy? Do they love food? Will they want to talk to locals? What's going to excite them? Who your customer is will determine a lot of the decisions you make later. So take the time to get to know this person now. Research your competitors. Having found your tour idea and evaluated the market, you're almost ready to register your tour company. But first, you'll need to research your competition, so you know what you're up against. What are they doing well? Where are their gaps? Find ways to differentiate and stand out. Naming your business. The first thing you need to do is name your business. Your tour name will be used in all of your documentation. Make sure your name is both memorable and descriptive. And more importantly these days, if the domain is available. If your name checks all the boxes, go to your local registrar of companies to get it approved, and then purchase your domain. Business plan. With all the legalities taken care of, it's time to write your business plan. A business plan is a document that holds all of your ideas. It's your roadmap that helps you determine how you'll move forward. Include your company description, market analysis, partnership opportunities, and small business goals. Create a marketing plan, an operations plan, and a list of your products and services. Make financial projections and be sure you account for seasonality. It's okay if you don't have all the answers right away, but it's good to know what to focus on as you grow. Side note, once you get up and running, you should learn how to develop a strategic plan to help you reach your ultimate vision for your tour operator business. Create your unique selling proposition. With your business plan in hand, it's time to lock down your unique selling proposition. This explains what makes your tour better than the competition. It's the benefit that travelers can only get by booking with you. You should be able to define this in one sentence. Pricing. Now that you've evaluated your market and determined the value of your tour, it's time to choose what you will charge. While it's important to consider your operating costs and market value, the main thing you need to figure out is what customers are willing to pay. Keep in mind seasonality, as well as prices for children and groups. And remember that you can always test until you find the perfect number. Craft your brand story. Now comes the fun part. It's time to create a compelling story for your tour. Make sure it has a definite beginning, middle, and end. Find themes that you can carry through the entire experience. A clear narrative makes your tour more memorable. The goal is to have your guests telling their friends all the neat things they learned in the weeks that follow. Website. You're finally ready for creating an online presence for your business. This is how many travelers will find you when researching their trips. If you don't know how to build a website, you have a few options. You could hire a contractor, hire someone in-house, or use Wix or other online web builders. Whatever you choose, make sure your website's optimized for bookings. Sign up for an online booking system. You don't just want travelers to find you online, you want them to make, and pay, for reservations right on your website. To do this, you need an online booking system. Your booking system can also be used to process your in-person and over-the-phone reservations. The next part of the video is not specific to a tour and travel business. Nevertheless, this knowledge is essential for success in the tour and travel business, as well as in any other business. Ignore it at your own peril. Operating a successful tour and travel business will depend on the following 4 conventions. 1. A practical plan, with a solid foundation. 2. Dedication, and willingness to sacrifice, to reach your goal. 3. Technical skills. 4. Basic knowledge of management, finance, record keeping and market analysis. As a new owner, you will need to master these skills and techniques if your business is to be successful. Finding a niche. Small businesses range in size from a manufacturer, with many employees, and millions of dollars in equipment, to the lone window washer, with a bucket and a sponge. Obviously, the knowledge and skills, required for these two extremes, are far apart, but for success they have one thing in common. Each has found a business niche, and is filling it. The most critical problems you will face, in your early planning, will be to find your niche, and determine the feasibility of your idea. Get into the right business at the right time, is very good advice, but following that advice, may be difficult. Many entrepreneurs plunge into a business venture, so blinded by the dream, that they fail to thoroughly evaluate its potential. Is your business idea feasible? Before you invest time, effort, and money, the following exercise will help you separate sound ideas from those bearing a high potential for failure. Identify and briefly describe the business you plan to start. Identify the product or service you plan to sell. Answering yes to any of the following 3 questions means you are on the right track. A negative answer to all of them means the road ahead could be rough. 1. Does your product or service satisfy an unfilled need? 2. Will your product or service serve an existing market in which demand exceeds supply? 3. Will your product or service be competitive based on its quality, selection, price, or location? Market analysis. For a small business to be successful, the owner must know the market. To learn the market, you must analyze it, a process that takes time and effort. You don't have to be a trained statistician to analyze the marketplace, nor does the analysis have to be costly. Analyzing the market is a way to gather facts about potential customers, and to determine the demand for your product or service. The more information you gather, the greater your chances of capturing a segment of the market. Know the market before investing your time and money in any business venture. The following questions will help you collect the information necessary to analyze your market, and determine if your product or service will sell. This brief exercise will give you a good idea of the kind of market planning you need to do. An answer of no to any of the questions indicates a weakness in your plan, so do your research until you can answer each question with a yes. 1. Do you know who your customers will be? 2. Do you understand their needs and desires? 3. Do you know where they live? 4. Will you be offering the kind of products or services that they will buy? 5. Will your prices be competitive in quality and value? 6. Will your promotional program be effective? 7. Do you understand how your business compares with your competitors? 8. Will your business be conveniently located for the people you plan to serve? 9. Will there be adequate parking facilities for the people you plan to serve? Planning your startup. The following questions are grouped according to function. They are designed to help you prepare for opening day. Merchandise. Have you decided what items you will sell or produce, or what services you will provide? Have you made a merchandise plan, based upon estimated sales, to determine the amount of inventory you will need to control purchases? Have you found reliable suppliers, who will assist you in the startup? Have you compared the prices, quality, and credit terms of suppliers? Business records. Are you prepared to maintain complete records of sales, income and expenses, accounts payable, and receivables? Have you determined how to handle payroll records, tax reports, and payments? Do you know what financial reports should be prepared, and how to prepare them? Finances. A large number of small businesses fail each year. There are a number of reasons for these failures, but one of the main reasons is insufficient funds. Too many entrepreneurs try to start and operate a business without sufficient capital, money. To avoid this dilemma, you can review your situation by analyzing the following 3 questions. 1. How much money do you have? 2. How much money will you need to start your business? 3. How much money will you need to stay in business? In order to answer the second question, how much money will you need to start your business? You need to prepare an estimate of all your startup costs. Here is a list of items you may need to take into account. Note that this list is for a retail business. Items will vary for service, construction, manufacturing or online firms. Decorating and remodeling, fixtures and equipment, installing fixtures and equipment, services and supplies, beginning inventory cost, legal, professional fees, licenses and permits, telephone utility deposits, insurance, signs, advertising for opening, unanticipated expenses. Now, the answer to the third question, how much money will you need to stay in business? Must be divided into two parts, immediate costs, and future costs. From the moment the door to your new business opens, a certain amount of income may come in. However, this income should not be projected in your operating expenses. You will need enough money available to cover costs for at least the first 3 months of operation. The following list will help you project your operating expenses on a monthly basis. Typical expenses for 1 month may include your living costs, employee wages, rent, advertising, supplies, utilities, insurance, taxes, maintenance, delivery, transportation, miscellaneous. Now sum up the total estimated monthly expenses, and multiply it by 3. This is the amount of cash you will need to cover operating expenses for 3 months. Deposit this amount in a savings account before opening your business. Use it only for those purposes listed in the above list, because this money will ensure that you will be able to continue in business during the crucial early stages. By adding the total startup costs to the total expenses for 3 months, you can learn what the estimated costs will be to start and operate your business for 3 months. By subtracting the totals of the lists from the cash available, you can determine the amount of additional financing you may need, if any. Now you will need to estimate your operating expenses for the first year after startup. The first step in determining your annual expenses is to estimate your sales volume, month by month. Next, determine the cost of sales. You may want to use a spreadsheet to do this. After startup, the primary source of revenue in your business will be from sales, but your sales will vary from month to month because of seasonal patterns and other factors. It is important to determine if your monthly sales will produce enough income to pay each month's bills. An estimated cash flow projection will show if the monthly cash balance is going to be subject to such factors as the following: failure to recognize seasonal trends, excessive cash taken from the business for living expenses, too rapid expansion, and slow collection of accounts if credit is extended to customers. Conclusion: if you have carefully answered all the questions in this video, you have seriously thought about your goal. However, there may be some things you may feel you need to know more about. Owning and running a tour and travel business is a continuous learning process. Research your idea, and do as much as you can, yourself, but don't hesitate to seek help from people who can tell you what you need to know. As we conclude this video, it's time you get your free tour and travel business plan gift. Go to the description below this video to get it now. It is completely free, no strings attached. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and hit the subscribe button for more videos like this.